How's it going, guys? I hope you're all doing well out there today, wherever you are in the world. And it is NAMM time. If you're anything like me, a bit of a gear nerd, which to be fair, you must be because you're sat on YouTube watching a gear nerd in his music room talking about gear. This is quite an exciting time. A lot of companies release new stuff around this period. I know there's been some debate in recent years about how important NAMM still is. Is it still relevant? As a lot of companies don't turn up anymore. And a lot of companies do their own releases online with their own marketing campaigns. And NAMM's not so much of a everyone dropping really cool stuff all at the same time as much as it used to be. However, it is still kind of a landmark where I think a lot of people schedule their releases in and around this time period. So the actual NAMM show officially kicks off later today. It's currently lunchtime Thursday in the UK. So it's the middle of the night in California. So later today, the NAMM show officially kicks off. And I've seen some cool stuff coming through, and I thought instead of just nerding out about it by myself or messaging my friends, we'd do some YouTube gear hangs and just discuss some of the releases that have been coming out leading up to the NAMM show. So sort of a pre-release gear rundown kind of thing. And then if you dig this video, I'll look at doing a post NAMM rundown when I'm back from gigs this weekend with any other stuff that drops at the show. So I've picked a selection of stuff that I think is particularly cool. If there's anything I've missed in this video that you like the look of, please leave it in the comments down below. Any new stuff that drops, keep me and other people posted. Just leave it in a comment down below. And it'd be cool for us all just to sort of nerd out as a group rather than on our own. So I'm going to be on and off my phone during this video just to get information correct about certain products. But mainly it will just be a hang and a chat. So the first thing that has landed that I think is really exciting is the Seymour Duncan Hyperswitch. So this is a 5-way switch that you install in your guitar. It's got contacts, so you wire up the pickups with their 4 conductors and all of that stuff. And then you can reconfigure the wiring of the switch using an app on your phone. So it's like Bluetooth. And they show it off in the video with like a 3 humbucker guitar. It's got a humbucker and a bridge and single coil sized humbuckers in the neck and middle. And you can get any combination of any of those 6 coils in the guitar. Phase reversal, series parallel, it looks like. You can decide whether the tone control is active or inactive in any one of the positions. And then drop it onto the guitar, if you see what I mean. Upload that configuration to the guitar. And I mean, this is extremely clever. Coming from someone that really enjoys tweaking their guitar wiring and constantly messing around with various parts, pickups, etc. This is a really intriguing concept. Now, the price tag on it is roughly 150 USD, which will probably be about 150 UK pounds, which is extremely steep when you think about the price. Don't get me wrong, the technology I'm sure warrants it and the development, etc. But when you're looking at a standard 5-way super switch, even an expensive one, sort of £35, I think those 3-way switches that offered some more switching and flexibility, I think they were up at about 50 quid. I might be wrong about that. It might be a little bit more. But 150 quid is quite the price tag. Another sort of concern, I don't want to be shitting on new gear immediately because I'm really interested and I find it really interesting. But I think the fact that it's powered by a 9-volt battery obviously is a downer. And I don't know how much the processor that's involved consumes power-wise, but I imagine it would be a semi-regular battery change. It's also concerning having that kind of thing in a guitar that you'd be using live. For me, if I was to invest in one, it would be for a guitar that mainly stays in the studio to, reconfigure and get the most sounds out of a guitar. I just think it would be a bit worrying having your whole guitar relying on that one bit of tech. But I am more than interested, and I think it's a really clever idea. But how practical it will be in the long run sort of remains to be seen. But I'm looking forward to seeing some more information and videos as they come out. So next up is 3 new stomp boxes from Universal Audio to expand their pedal line. So you've got the Max preamp and dual compressor, the Delverb delay and reverb, and the Galaxy, which is a tape echo with reverb. So going after that space echo kind of thing. I've watched a few videos on these and they all do sound fantastic. What was it called? The Delverb especially. I've been looking into a delay and reverb combination pedal and looking at the Keeley Caverns and things like that. I think they're really sort of on Strymon's tail with some of these space effects. The Galaxy, obviously, it's got some crossover with the El Capistan, and obviously doing any sort of ambient pedal, you're going to be compared to Strymon. And I think that price tag difference between what some of these Strymon boxes are costing, especially on the used market, and then you've got these which are coming in even more pricey than the Strymon boxes. They're also kind of feature rich. They've got an app and everything, which is cool, but they don't offer MIDI control, which I don't think is a massive deal to a lot of people. However, if you're paying that amount of money, I'd sort of want all of the bells and whistles. But like I say, 3 really cool pedals. The compressor preamp sounded great. I think I watched the Andertons video. So yeah, great pedals, good release. Price tag for me a little on the steep side, but still a really great release. So blasting through a few more pedal releases that we've seen so far. So we've got the Electro Harmonix Lizard Queen, which is a fuzz and like an upper octave fuzz kind of thing. From what I remember of the video, the sort of texture knob or tone knob, I can't remember what they're calling it, takes you from like a thick woolly big muff kind of thing all the way through to a spitty kind of fuzz, and then you've got the octave blend on top. So that seems really cool. The Walrus Fundamental range that was actually leaked a little while ago, they've been officially announced, and they're really smart looking pedals actually with the sliders. It's obviously sort of fitting in with the like the JHS, I can't remember what their series is called, but the white box ones that are budget friendly. Obviously, we've seen some more budget friendly options from Wampler recently that I did a video on. But the fundamental range from Walrus sounds really great. I've watched some videos, and all the boxes have been thought out, and they're not too bare bones. They've all got sort of a 3 option switch on them to give you flexibility. So they sound great, and they're a great price. I think they come in. I think the drives and stuff are just under £100. And the more processor heavy ones like delay and reverb and stuff coming in just over £100. So yeah, really cool stuff. I've seen this morning a teaser from T-Rex, and they've got their Benson Echo Rec on display at NAMM. Long awaited. If I remember correctly, they had a prototype for a Benson. So it's an actual Echo Rec kind of reproduction. They did the tape Echo one with the cassettes. They were developing an Echo Rec one, and then I think they maybe went out of business and then have been bought back. If I'm remembering this correctly, feel free to correct me in the comments. But so this has been a long time coming. I mean, years in the making. But I've seen some teasers from them that's going to be at the NAMM show, so that's really interesting. I love that Echo Rec kind of tone. Peterson have released the Strobo Stomp Mini, which again, much appealing to me because I was on the cusp of buying a pre-owned Strobo Stomp the other day, so a mini version, really appealing to me. Obviously, it seems to offer the same features, big display. So excited about that. I haven't seen a price tag on that yet. The Earthquaker Aurelius Chorus Modulation Machine. Watched a demo from Andy this morning. That sounds wicked, really nice. Variety of sort of choruses and flanges and stuff, expression control presets. I love anything Earthquaker that I've tried. Unfortunately, I don't actually own any Earthquaker stuff, but I need to correct that soon. Marshall have obviously re-released their big box pedals like the Governor and the Shredmaster. That was a few weeks ago. That's kind of an interesting release, especially with the Blues Breaker fetching such high money on the used market. Digitech are back as well. I've seen some teasers from them there at NAMM, and obviously they were a company that kind of went away and have now been reborn, and it looked like they had the full array of stuff. Looking forward to seeing what they do with new management. Obviously there's some stuff that people have been after for ages, like a reissue of the Space Station. So this could be a really cool happening. The DoD stuff they were coming out with as well, like the Rubberneck delay or Rubbernecker, I can't remember which one it was. Delay always looked really smart. So interesting to see where they go with it. One of my favourite drive pedals is the DoD Looking Glass as well. So exciting stuff to see Digitech back. Guitar-wise, I've only seen a few exciting things so far. I've seen that Rabia Massad has gone to Ernie Ball Music Man after leaving Chapman. That's really cool. I love Ernie Ball guitars and I love Rabia's playing. And it sounds like they're maybe developing some sort of artisty signature stuff for him. possibly along the lines of what they're doing with Tosin Abassi at the moment. So that's really exciting. Like I said, Rabir's a fantastic player and Music Man a fantastic guitar. So that's a good match. On the Sterling route, so the budget Music Man stuff, I've seen they've released some new stuff. There's the St. Vincent and a couple of other bits and pieces. But the one that caught my eye was the James Valentine with a trem. It's like a semi-hollow Valentine guitar with a trem. So I'm looking forward to perhaps trying one of them when they make it to the shops. I'm into semi-hollow guitars, and it's kind of quirky body shape as well, but really cool looking. And the Gibson Kirk Hammett Greenie reissue, and I think this is the first sort of Gibson I've been mildly interested in for a while, other than when they reissued the Gibson Les Paul Silverburst, the Adam Jones. However, I mean, the money on that was just ludicrous. From what I've seen of this Greenie, it's going to be not ridiculous money. It's a lot more achievable for normal people. But it's a really smart looking guitar, and obviously the Greenie legacy and stuff. So that's interesting to see. DSM have released a new version of the Simplifier, and by coincidence, I actually tried one for the first time yesterday, and I was really impressed with it. So interesting to see what features come out in that new model. Obviously, it's a 0-watt amplifier for those of you that don't know. So it's a pedal board amp sim, but it's not digital. It's completely analog, apparently. So yeah, it's a very interesting product, and the new version promises to offer some updated features. I've seen Vox have released some Brian May related stuff, one of those amp plugs and a small amp. When I watched the demo, the amp plug thing actually sounded fantastic. I imagine really good for rehearsing, learning tracks and stuff like that. So that's very interesting. Wasn't blown away by the mini head they did, but that might have just been that particular demo. Headrush Prime. This is what I've been asked about a lot on this channel. So it's a new gig board from Headrush, the full thing with expression pedal, and it does captures much like the Kemper. It's got some great features in it. I haven't really looked into it too in depth just yet, but I would very much like to check one out. Has anyone got one yet? Have you guys got a Headrush Prime? Let me know what you think of it in the comments, but I'd like to check it out at some point. Maybe I'll do a video on the channel if I can get round to it. And last on my list for the time being is IK Multimedia have released the Axe IO1. So this is I actually have one here. They were kind enough to send me one. So I've got the Axe IO1. So this is sort of a companion to the Tone X pedal, as in this can actually do captures with a very limited number of inputs. So that's cool. They've got a new firmware for the Tone X. And this is just a great all-round interface. I've been playing some plugins and stuff, and their sort of guitar preamp that they have in here with a few options really is it gets your guitar into the computer in the most clean and accurate way possible. It feels right. A lot of the times when I'm plugging straight into my normal interface, it doesn't have that same, you lose something, and this is a really good way of using plugins and stuff like that. And obviously, like I say, it pairs well with the Tone X pedal, letting you make captures with, I think this is coming in at about £120, £129, roughly. Don't quote me on that. But this is a really great interface and great for anyone that's using the Tone X pedal. So that about does it for this video. That was my selection of cool stuff I've seen prior to NAMM going live later today. What are you looking forward to seeing at NAMM? Is there any companies you got your eye on? Is there any products that I've missed in this video that you think are cool? Let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, if you dig this kind of video, let me know, and I'll maybe do a post-NAMM gear roundup next week. Whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, I hope it's good. Keep nerding out, stay nerdy, and I'll see you again in another video soon. Cheers, guys.